Welcome to Girls on Fire.
Hey guys, this is Megan and Kristen, and we are back with a very special guest, our boss, John Krieg.
Favorite boss, Megan.
Our favorite boss, John Krieg.
Our favorite boss. Well, John got a little mad today when I asked him to introduce himself to you all if you don't know him. So John said, if you don't know him, then that's a little weird. But John, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, thank you, Megan. I wasn't mad. I was more disappointed.
That's the worst thing anyone could ever tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who are you, John?
I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've been to, let's see, 22 years of expos, 2 to 3 a year. So if no one has come up to said hi to me or I haven't said hi to them, maybe everyone's just retiring and I'm too old. I don't know.
Look for the man in the orange blazer.
Boom.
That's how you find him.
I'll be the only guy in that blazer. So it's not hard.
Well,
My name is John Krieg, Krieg. I am president and founder of MD Publishing, started in 1997 as a newsprint magazine. And I have been blessed and honored to be in this incredible industry for a very long time. It's really been my only job. And I still like kicking the sheets off in the morning. So it's going well.
Wait, I didn't realize this was started before I was born, but I guess that's because.
That's why we do podcasts and Girls on Fire.
Yeah.
we learn something new every day.
Well, I guess it's because Kennedy's older than me, and that's how I always think about how old this is.
Well, I'm sure you'll ask me how I got started, and
Yeah.
I'll have Kennedy's story built into the launch of the company.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted you to
Why do you
introduce.
guys call it Girls on Fire?
Why do we call it Girls on Fire?
Yeah.
I'll give you 1, 2 guesses.
Okay.
Hello.
On fire if you were brunettes.
No.
I would say our personality would still be on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely really spicy. John and I. A little secret about John and I, we like to argue a lot.
Who's more fiery, me or Megan?
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely a coin toss. Depends on the day.
Depends on the stuff. I think we're different types of fiery.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's jalapeno fire. There's
Toronto pepper fire.
Yeah, there's ghost pepper.
Habanero.
Ghost pepper.
Megan's the final dab on the hot wings that just ruins everyone.
The thing is, I don't really get mad. So if I do get mad, it's like everybody's like, "What's going on? The world is ending."
Who told you that you don't ever get mad?
I don't get mad often, or I'm not like angry often.
She means outside of work. She doesn't get mad. Oh. Okay.
All right, let's move it along. So, John, we're going to do our moments of joy segment that I know you're thrilled about doing today. He told me that I need to stop talking about Starbucks and my coffee is my moment of joy. So we're going to.
Megan, I did not say that. What I said is you should probably raise the bar on your joyful moments if a cup of coffee is doing it for you.
Well, okay. It's usually the barista part, the barista that makes her day. Even better. The 19-year-old barista.
Are you, I'm sorry, asking me what my moments of joy have been lately?
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, you guys get to go too?
Yeah, we all go.
Oh, well, I don't want to go first. Ladies first.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll go first. I'm actually prepared this week because it was easy for me. My moment of joy recently is the weather last weekend. I know that's not deep or wide either, but it's been 90 something in Nashville consecutively this summer. And then the first weekend of football, 77 sunny. You were able to sit on a patio and have a beverage and watch some football. My kind of weekend. So that's my moment of joy.
Amazing. Mine was my mom being here this past weekend. So she came up and we got to do a bunch of like shopping and doing things at the house and watch the Steelers beat the Falcons. So that was fun. So definitely that was my moment of joy this weekend.
Go Steelers.
Oh,
Do you have a
Steelers.
fantasy league?
What'd you say?
Do you have a fantasy football league this year?
Oh, what do you?
I do. I'm not good at it, but I do. I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes. I lost this week.
Who's your quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
Oh,
Oops.
I
He
loved
did
him.
horrible.
Oops.
He did horrible. I mean, obviously chose him but he did horrible.
He has a new dude, doesn't he?
Platinum blonde.
Yeah, there you go.
We should tell him to become a redhead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely would for sure. All right, John, hit us with it.
Well, we had a really cool thing happen. It was unfortunate, but it turned out to be a positive. We had a situation at our office where I guess a mom and her teenage son were in their car, and the car broke down. And long story short, they had left an abusive situation months ago, and they were kind of on the run in their car, just escaping whatever they were involved in. And with their car broken down, the MD Publishing team kind of jumped in and lent a hand to make sure they were comfortable, okay. We, I guess, looked for resources to help them get their car back on the road. We put them in a hotel. I reached out to some of my network and raised some money, so we were able to get their car fixed, get them in a hotel, get them cleaned up, get them some gift cards, and put them on their way. So that was a really big act of kindness, if you will, that it kind of showed what our company's about, what your human spirit's about, and just helping out others when they're less fortunate. And hopefully things will get back on the right path for them. But that was a big moment of joy. And I guess I have a philosophy in life that you need three things to make you happy. One is you have to have something to love. Two, you have to have something to do. And the third one is you have to have something to look forward to. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend. One of my best friends' daughter is getting married, and it's a destination wedding, and all my old buddies are going to be there, and he's just a great human being, and I'm so happy for he and his wife and his family, and it's going to be really great to celebrate with them. So looking forward to that.
Nice. Where are you going? Where's the wedding?
Jekyll Island, Georgia. It's a resort, and should be a big time.
That will be fun. Well, those are two good ones. You came prepared.
Well, not a cup of coffee, but it'll do.
It's not the weather and football, right? I was a part of the moment of joy for the family, and I was going to save it for him, but that was really nice to see.
No, that was awesome. With that story, did you guys, did Diane or anybody keep their contact information so you could catch up with them and just make sure they're doing well and everything?
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of interesting how everyone kind of had a network to lean on to help them. So Diane's husband's a mechanic, so he kind of tinkers with cars, and he was able to come look under the hood while they were waiting to see what the prognosis was for the breakdown. And then Cami J, one of our excellent graphic designers, her church has a guy who owns a shop where they do kind of charitable work and discount the fixes. So that was cool. So we took it there. So yeah, it was just Kennedy got him a case of water. So it was all
Something.
Takes a village, man.
big team effort.
That's awesome. Well, I know you had mentioned networking, which today I feel like we're going to talk a lot about that because I feel like you've built this company so that we are networking with the companies that we work with and the attendees at our shows and the people that read our magazines. So I feel like everybody doesn't know the whole story about how MD Publishing started. So I kind of want to get into that. So our hot topic is all about John today.
Hot topic. Hot topic. John Krieg.
Okay. The
So-
hot topic part of the Girls on Fire, is that kind of a play on words?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And that's why we do rapid fire at the end.
Okay.
We're a marketing deal waiting to happen.
Okay.
Somebody sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody sponsor us.
Hey,
Seriously.
somebody sponsor us.
Maybe Weber Grills or
Whatever. Oh, strawberry shortcake.
there you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first off, just how did you get in this industry in the first place? How did you get your start, and where did it all begin?
Where did it all begin? Are you allowed to use foul language or curse words on this Girls on Fire? Will that be what you did?
An occasional hell or crap, but we haven't.
Haven't gotten past that.
Oh, I was gonna go deeper than crap.
Well, Kennedy might be able to do one of those beep
Okay.
over it,
All
but
right.
I'm not too confident.
So, short story, I slipped in, came out smelling like a rose.
Hey, honestly, go for it.
Have fun with that, Kennedy. I have always been a entrepreneurial spirit. I have been working since I could literally illegally collect a paycheck. So 12 years old, I started picking up balls at the golf range, and that kind of started my wonderful journey and obsession with the game of golf. So I've been working from a very young age, and always knew that I wanted to kind of do my own thing. I guess I've been told I'm a terrible employee because I just know how to do it, a little bit different and better. Anyways, so I learned back in the early 90s. I was a postgraduate. I took an internship at the University of Michigan in the athletic department, where we were in charge of all the marketing and promotions for all 23 varsity sports. So it's right when Apple computers came out, and we were able to do some really killer desktop publishing, where you didn't have to go to a print shop and a design firm. You could actually do it on your desk. So we learned how to do schedules and banners and corporate sponsorship booklets and all these great things for the teams. And that's kind of where I learned to cut my teeth on desktop publishing and design. So from that, once I left the University of Michigan, by the way, I made $12,500 a year as an intern. So I was also bartending on the side, which is how I put myself through 6 years of school.
Georgia
And,
Southern.
yeah, go Eagles. So when I left there, I did a golf magazine in Michigan. Kind of parlayed my love of golf and the fact that I could put ink on paper, and wasn't killing it by any means, and just started a family. Bought our first little house in Michigan, and I had a friend in the families who was in our industry, who was buying and selling used imaging equipment. He said, "Hey, I got this really great industry, and there's not really a magazine for it. There's one, but it's not really covering any editorial or great storylines about the companies and the people that make it up." So he asked to do something together, and I didn't really have much to lose. So I said, sure. And my first desk was next to Kennedy's crib, so I could only make sales calls during non-nap time and when Barney was not blaring in the family room. And
Come on, the sympathy card could have gotten you far.
yeah, so it was really cool because I was doing everything for the first issue of Medical Dealer Magazine, is what we called it. I was doing the sales, I was doing the design, I was doing the editorial, I was doing the print and production. So I really got accounting, I mean, you name it. So I was able to really kind of have the multifaceted approach to running a small business.
Wait, pause. If
Yeah.
Jamie was here, she would say her favorite line that she likes to use. John says, I've had all your jobs at one time before.
Yeah, so quit your everybody. I know. Okay?
I've had all your jobs at one time.
Wait, I have a question though, because you said I never asked you this. I don't know why I haven't, because I've heard this about you doing everybody's job and all the things. But for the design aspect of it, how did you design the ads? Like, what did you use and what did you do?
Well, you guys aren't gonna remember this, but it's called PageMaker. That was the original graphic design software.
Great name.
That was before InDesign, which is what everybody uses now as a standard. But it was a graphic design software where you could, design ads, design the magazine, put it all together. Yeah.
I'm impressed because I honestly thought you were gonna say pen and paper and like, this is what I want it to look like.
You thought he was Picasso during the week just painting?
Well,
John, you're not the techiest sometimes.
excuse me?
This is what we mean.
Well,
If you're not the most like high tech, we got to show you how to turn off alerts like on your emails and things like that, which they're still going off by the way.
What if those are mine?
well, so
I'm impressed. I am really impressed that you were using PageMaker.
I don't like how you said that, but it was truly the go-to design, and I'm not going to bore you with how I went to the local newspaper to do the wax ads where you put them on the graph paper to print on the plates. Yeah, this is going way like
Oh my
back in
gosh.
horse and buggy times. So
That I don't know, and I think it's interesting. So, anyways, we can move on. But okay,
Yeah.
that's
so Medical Dealer magazine started. My partner and I parted ways shortly thereafter. I learned very early that 3 partners in business can make it if 2 of them are dead. So went on my own, and what was interesting about Medical Dealer magazine, it was filled with all the wonderful companies in our industry that do third-party parts and service and equipment sales. So what happened was the biomeds gravitated to the magazine because they were looking for options to save money and costs on their own department. Instead of going to the OEM and getting a $1,200 screw for this machine, they could go and even to the hardware store. That was one of the articles that my old friend Jim Fidel wrote about. So it really kind of started the whole cost savings, third party, don't need to go to the OEM, let's go to our third party partners. And the biomeds kind of really clamored to get to the magazine. So that was why the biomeds became such a huge integral part of our company.
so you had Medical Dealer, and then we have OR Today.
Yeah, so if you think about our company, we have 3 pillars. Each pillar is its own brand, and one pillar's certainly Medical Dealer has now evolved into TechNation. And with that pillar of TechNation, you've got TechNation, MD Expo, Webinar Wednesday, Girls on Fire, podcast, HTM Jobs, our new recruiting site. So that's that's by far one of the biggest pillars for the company. But then we also have 2 other incredible ones: ICE, which is the Imaging Community Exchange, and that's got a print component, as well as show, again, website, digital webinars. And then we've got OR Today, which is our OR period operative nurse publication, as well as show, digital. So yeah, we've got really 3 great audiences, and they all kind of cross over a little bit, but they're certainly standalone as well.
Yeah, well, I wanted you to touch on that because I know we're going to talk more about the HTM industry today, but I wanted everybody to know that we're not just TechNation or MD Expo. We have quite a lot going on here, and we're a small company, and I think it's awesome what John has built and the people that he's grown around us. Yes, I'm saying something super nice right now because
You got something on your nose.
no, that's not, because you guys know we'll be fighting here in about 2 minutes. No, but I just want everybody to know how much we have going on here. We have a very small company, but we're super tight. So I really want to talk about the HTM field, which I want to go into. You've been in this field for however many years, a really long time, but a really long time you've been here.
Yeah, we have 20 employees, only 1 male, so that's why I've got all the gray hair. 2 daughters, 2 female rescue dogs. I'm outnumbered everywhere I go.
You have 2 requirements to work at MD Publishing.
Yeah.
Be a woman or be a man named John.
Yep.
That's it.
I feel like you've done that to your own self, so I can't apologize to you for that. But with being in the HTM field as a media partner and one of the top ones, the TechNation and MD Expo, do you feel like it's kind of hard to be in the industry and not have a healthcare background?
Is it hard? Well, let me pose a question to you. Was it hard for you to sell ads in this industry when you had never done so before?
Yes, at first, and then you have to learn about it. So I feel like that's probably what you're getting to, is that it took a lot of time to learn and understand everybody that works in this industry so we can give them a great resource.
Exactly. You need to learn the ins and outs. You need to learn how the biomed department works, who are the decision makers, what are their needs, how do we fulfill those, what are they missing in their career advancement. So yeah, we certainly needed to touch, because our content is our gold, right? That's why we work so hard and have so many great freelance writers, and John Wallace, our editor, and just always contributing to providing news and information to help keep your finger on the pulse of the industry.
Biomeds.
Kristen's our hype girl for the biomed community.
Get a job, do it all.
I feel like you put a really big, well, I don't know, you can tell me, I think you do, but how much importance do you feel like you put on growing the young professionals in not only our company, but in the HTM industry? Because like you had mentioned, we try to focus on the topics that are trending in the industry, and this is a big one, is succession planning for the next generation. So how do you feel about that?
I am passionate about helping pay it forward for the next generation. When I look back at my career, and the biggest, by far the biggest influence that I had would be being introduced to Manny and Ruth Roman. That was at the very first North Carolina Biomed Association. It's going back so far as when it was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was like 1 or 2 years into the company, and I met Manny and Ruth, and they just took me under their wing, and they showed me what it was like to give back, to learn from mentors, to take care of people, to show appreciation and gratitude. And they're like my industry parents. I wouldn't be where I am without them. So without them showing me how, what, where to be successful in this industry, that's like us not showing the next generation. So I look at some of the best relationships I have, and a lot of those guys are retiring, are finishing their careers up, and those are the ones who are the I guess the rocks for our company when it comes to being speakers at the show, providing panel discussions, being on webinars, just helping contribute to the growth of our industry. So yeah, we need to find that next crop, which we do, I think, have a phenomenal following already with the YPs. You go to our MD Expos, and we've got this incredible networking event for the YPs, and it's grown from what was that, Pickles in Baltimore at the MD Expo back in 2019?
Yeah.
Is that right? Where we had maybe 30 people there, and we're pushing over 100 now at our networking events. So, and a little shout out, many thanks to Adepto and Bio for kind of supporting that cause and being the sponsor for, I think, everyone, if I'm not mistaken.
Every single one.
So,
one thing I will say, being in the office with John, what he does for like a lot of the YPs here is we'll just be, doing our little day to day, and John will bust through the door and be like, all right, everyone listen up. I got a G3. So a G3 is a Gibby's gift of gab. If you don't know who Gibby is, take a look at iCarly and look up Gibby. We'll insert a picture here. Kennedy, you know what to do. And that's who we call the amazing John Krieg, is Gibby.
Yeah, that's one of my many nicknames, Gibby. One of Kennedy's friends in middle school thought I looked just like him. I guess it was when he had his shirt off and he was dancing. So that kind of stuck. Thanks, yeah. Kennedy. But yeah, I think it's important. I'm very passionate about teaching young people some of the things that I feel either households or academic institutions are falling short on. Your finances, what a mortgage is, what an interest rate is, what's a down payment, your 401k. I mean, yeah, it's boring. You don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about Joe Burrow's new blonde haircut. But,
right. Oh, yeah.
It's critical for you young people in your 20s to learn about that and start early so that, you know, over the next 30, 40 years, you're going to be able to create a really nice nest egg in retirement, and not wake up one day like, oh, I'm 38. I guess I should start saving. You missed a huge, huge window to help yourself out financially. So we have a really aggressive 401k plan here. I strongly encourage all the employees to take part of it because it is a really great mechanism to help you grow, as well as just little things I like to share with customer service and relationships. And my other daughter, Sydney, used a great phrase: your net worth is your network. And so I've tried really hard to, show people that it's the people you have, you're surrounding yourself with, that's who is going to get you where you want to go. And you can't have enough friends, you can't have a big enough network. And it's just put your phones down, kids. Go out and have a conversation with somebody.
Pick up sticks.
Yeah.
Get in the yard.
Well, I feel like that's probably your advice to our YP, because my last off the cuff question was going to be like, what is your biggest advice to the young professional community? But I feel like you kind of just nailed it, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Are you shutting me down, or this is the last question? Is this over? We're just getting going.
No, we're going, John. We still have stuff to do, but you have told me we got to stay 30 minutes, Megan. Nobody wants to listen to a podcast after 30 minutes.
Megan, that's 30 minutes when it's not me you're talking to. Okay.
I already.
That's us. That's just us.
That's your, other than B-Hawk, I don't know who else is worthy of close 30 minutes, but you please. I'd like to be the white Brian Hawkins, the white B-Hawk. I want to be white chocolate. I feel like he is killing it. He is one of your best podcasts ever. And I'd like to just kind of nominate myself as the white B-Hawk.
I think he would love that.
Me
He
too.
texted me yesterday and told me my new headshot looked pretty.
Oh,
I thought that was
see?
so nice.
That's another thing you got to do. You got to acts of kindness, hold doors for people, give compliments, just do random things like that. It really is a powerful tool. Way to go, B-Hawk.
You said you had some questions for Kristen and I, so I was trying to leave room for that because we have one more segment. But if you have anything you want to ask Kristen and I, now is your chance.
Oh God.
What's your favorite part of working for me?
I knew that was gonna be it. Okay.
Go ahead, Kristen. I already know mine too.
Oh, you go.
Girls, stop. There's plenty of time.
I feel like I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but since John doesn't listen to us, I'll make sure I say it again for you guys. My biggest thing is that I have went through some of my hardest times personally at this company, and I've never felt more supported by John or the group of people that I have here. I truly get along with every single person at this company. Like I could sit down with any of them. It would never be awkward, and I could have full-on conversations, and I always feel like everybody is willing to, chip in or figure things out, and you don't ever feel alone here. And I think that is my biggest takeaway, is that I feel like I can fight with you, John. Like me and you can talk and get kind of loud and whatever, but at the end of the day, we're going to be fine and we'll get through it and all of that. And I don't think a lot of people have that at their companies. So they like, hey, John, I think this is dumb. I don't think we should do this, and go at it and then be fine. So I appreciate that. I feel like a very welcoming company.
I want to hear your response.
Do I get 2 minutes for a rebuttal?
Yes. Time to rebuke that. Let's hear it.
That's we have had that conversation. That does warm my heart to hear you say that. I think that if you take care of people, they'll take care of you, and that's always been our philosophy for our team members. To we have lives outside of work. Work's a means to an end, and you have to be sensitive to that. And when you work hard and accomplish what we want you to, we want to take care of you as well. So thanks for sharing that.
Mine, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but this is my first job out of college, which I think it's very rare to start somewhere and stay somewhere. But when I first started out, I was actually just doing data entry. And then one day John was like, "You're wasting your talents doing data entry. Throw her on the phones." So I picked up the phone and made my first sale, I think like my first meeting that I had. And the support and encouragement that I had from that moment on just like really helps you like grow into like being a good young professional. Like I feel motivated to work hard because of the support that I get day to day. And at the end of every year, like we do our big follow-up meetings. And I know I bring this up a lot, but it really is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. We had our big end of the year meeting and John goes around and says things about everyone. He goes, "Well, Kristen, let's talk about Kristen. She can talk to the doorman at the nicest hotel the same way she would talk to the CEO that lives in the penthouse. And that's a really good skill to have and rare." And that, honestly, I think about it every single day. When I hop on the phone, no matter whether they're entry level biomed or I'm talking to the VP of the biggest healthcare system, I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job in representing our company, who I am, and what we do. And I wouldn't have that if I didn't work here under you, John.
That is incredible. We do preach that. And so when, like at our shows, when we have a student or an entry level biomed, but we also have a very high director of the biggest healthcare system in the country, they're all treated the same. And it's we love it when the biomeds come up to us and say, "Man, nobody ever treats us this nice." It's like, okay, we're doing our job. That's awesome.
Very true.
Well, all right, let's get into the rapid fire, friends.
You want to? Are we done? Is there anything else?
Well,
Get the emotion.
hang on. Let me. The girls on fire? You just had your year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've done what now? 12 plus? About one a month?
Maybe 14.
Okay. Why don't you tell us about what your thoughts are on after a year and what tell us about it.
I never ever thought that people were going to like come up to us at shows and be like, and people like not just young professionals, like people, seasoned people that have been in the industry forever, and they come and we're like, "Oh my gosh, I love that you did this topic," or "I love that you touched on this," or they'll like quote things we said, and I'm like shocked. I was like, wow. I feel like Chris and I are just laughing on here all the time. So when they actually take something from it, between all the fun and the laughs, that makes me feel like we're doing something special, because it can be something that they can come do on their free time or while they're working, and they have us like in with their AirPods in or whatever the case is, and maybe we're just like a minute of their day that takes away from anything stressful, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought no one was going to listen to this. I'm so honest. I thought this was going to fall on some deaf ears, but it is crazy how many people come up to us. And it is nice to hear, except for when it's like running an education class and they're like, "Hey, this is one of the girls on fire." I'm like, "Stop."
Never
please.
forget Dave Scott. I was in his, I don't know, his crest prep, whatever the heck he does before our shows all the time. And I run in and I'm like, "Hey Dave, you good?" Like making sure everybody there has their badges. And he's like, "Yeah, Megan, thank you so much." I walk to go out and he goes, "Hold on, everybody. This is one of the girls on fire." Nice.
Yeah.
My face, I don't really get embarrassed very much, but I got real embarrassed that day. And I was like, "Oh my God, not needed, Dave, but thank you so much."
Find us on YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah. So anyways, we love
See,
you.
and that's if you go a little deeper on that, that's, I've known Dave for 20 years since we've been going to CABMET, and they've done such an incredible job with the CBET review over there, and just really good folks over there at the Colorado Society. And now Dave's speaking at our shows for over a decade, and he's just he's a friend of ours, and that's kind of networking and relationships that has helped grow our company.
That's my favorite part, honestly, about the shows is like we talk to people on the phone all day, every day of the week, and to get to see them in person, and like whether it's just briefly in the exhibit hall or at one of our parties or anything like that, just having that face-to-face connection, I feel like is sometimes rare in a sales role unless you're doing like outside sales. So having the chance to get to do that is really cool.
Well, I think it's rare for a lot of the biomeds who are working on these machines every day in the hospitals to be able to get out and like be around like more than just the people they work with and get to have different perspectives on things and talk through things and network. And I think, I mean, not just our show, I feel like everybody should be going to industry shows, of course our shows, but every of the shows, because I feel like that's where you really get to like build on what you do and learn from others. And it's a great so I feel like everybody should come. So come to MD Expo New England next month, guys.
Well, on that note, there's a reason that our model works for the shows is because we make it completely complimentary for you to attend. So there's many departments that have, tight budgets and they can't send 10 people to a show for obvious reasons. But when we make it complimentary for any student, biomed, military, retired, it really opens up the doors for people to experience, like you said, networking with their colleagues, getting valuable continuing education, going to see the incredible vendor hall, and just building and nurturing those relationships. So yeah, that's we're proud of the fact that we've been able to, make it complimentary admission for those folks.
Do we want to talk about MD Expo before we do rapid fire? I feel like we might derail after rapid fire.
MD Expo New England, fall, October, what is it, 8th through 10th? Up the beautiful Mohegan Sun. We don't get up to the East Coast very often, as well as some of the other shows. But the Nesky folks have a show I believe it's either every 2 or 3 years, and so it's nice to be able to bring our national conference to a region where there's not a lot of conferences, so we can go and expose our vendors to a whole new audience of hospitals, and we've got an incredible lineup of education. It's in a beautiful setting. That's part of our model as well, is we like to have shows in different, unique, special places. So it's also kind of a little getaway for you while we're working hard. We also like to play a little bit. So we're really big on the functions and networking and parties and just celebrating this incredible HTM industry together.
Yeah, I want to touch on 2 of our parties actually that we'll be having. So we'll have on Wednesday, October 9th, will be our YP and MD party. It is going to be at the Lansdowne Irish Pub at 6 p.m. And we are hoping that karaoke is going to be going on too, but they'll also have live music. So we'll have drinks and food. And if you guys have been to one of our YP parties, they're so fun. So that's going to be sponsored by Prescott's, which and Adepto and Bio and all of them are with that company. And then we are also going to have our last night party, which is going to be Oktoberfest themed. So definitely join us for that on Thursday night, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. And John, do you know? I don't know all the logistics for that. So are we having a band or what's going on?
Well, as you know, the finale party is our exclamation point for all of our shows. And this will be no different. It's an Oktoberfest party sponsored by our good friends at USOC and Amy Hobbs. Thank you. Congrats, Amy, on finishing your 10K half marathon out in Disneyland with our very own Jamie. So that was a huge accomplishment. Way to go. So yeah, live band, pretzels and bratwurst, and there's a special surprise from the HT and Jobs duo with maybe some lederhosen. So there's going to be some.
Yeah, when John tries to Google German models for rent in Connecticut, it doesn't yield the results that you want. So luckily, there's 2 sitting in the office.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Kennedy.
Kennedy's got her own.
Kennedy's got her own, and we're keeping that one.
Yep.
Oh,
We'll insert the picture in October's episode.
By the way, do you guys know what they call? It's an Oktoberfest joke. You know what they call a German bra? Holds them from flopping. So yeah, lots of German jokes, German food, some steins. It's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Don't edit that.
Yeah, Kennedy, don't take that out.
Now that we're gonna move on to the holds them from flopping, we're gonna go on to the rapid fire.
Now let's get into it.
We'll go ahead and start with one and then you go to the next, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, John, ready? Just say what you think. First thing that comes to your mind. Early riser or night owl?
Oh, night owl. I'm like a big German diesel engine. Takes me a while to get going, but when I'm going, look out.
Okay. Golfing or grilling?
Ooh, equal, but I guess golfing would be a nudge above grilling.
Okay. Hot girl walks or Orange Theory?
Ooh. All right, secrets out of the bag. I do a hot girl walk every now and then, but I do Orange Theory every week. So Orange Theory.
Okay.
Okay. A night out on Broadway or the Las Vegas Strip?
Yes.
Good, good answer.
Yeah, yes. I can have debauchery in both places equally. Love them both.
This next one, because you guys know I'm a foodie, this is my favorite. Grilled cheese or chicken tenders?
Oh my God, this is like asking what my favorite child is. Oh, grilled cheese, I guess.
Good.
You love a chicken
I
tender,
do,
though.
guys. You have to make it a little bit easier. These are hard. These are difficult.
We wanted them to get to know you more, so we made these specific
Yeah.
for you. Okay, this is the last one, and I hate that it fell on me. But speaking of favorite child, Kennedy or Sydney?
I'm glad you said
That's a joke. You don't have to answer that. But as Kris Jenner said, there are favorites. It just depends on the time.
I'll plead the fifth on that. So, how about a rapid fire for you guys?
All right, go for it.
Well, not really rapid fire, but if you weren't a redhead, what would you be, and
And why?
would it be different?
Like which color hair?
Yeah. What are you going with?
Brown. Because when I was young, everybody knows I used to get made fun of. They used to throw Pokemon balls at my head, all the things. So in high school, my mom let me put brown highlights in my hair, and it never took because the red is so strong, you know. So probably brown.
I get blonde put in my hair, but I feel like I'd be terrifying as a full-on blonde. But
Does the world really need more terrifying blondes?
I think redheads have more fun. I don't know. I've been told so many times that I would look weird in any other color. Red just makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I don't
My
know.
wig party in college, and I tried on a bunch of different colored wigs, and the most actually horrific picture of me, I'll find it later. I don't want to insert it in this. I'll just share it with you two. Is a picture of me in a black bowl cut wig.
Oh, like Pulp Fiction, like?
But it was a little bit longer,
Okay.
and I had no makeup on, pale, and it was the scariest thing you've ever seen.
I don't think we can pull off black.
Halloween.
Yeah.
We would look too bad because our like skin is really light. Yeah, there's no way we could pull off black hair.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. What's your favorite crumble cookie?
Oh, easy.
Oh, easy. Okay. Mine is, have you guys ever had the oatmeal cream pie one that they've had?
Like Little Debbie's?
Yes, but it's
No.
better than Little Debbie. I wish they would come back with it. It's insane.
Okay, if we're going cookie, because I know they've been testing out some cakes, cookie would be when we were at FBS, the Florida Biomedical Society. I think it maybe was PM Biomedical had crumble cookies at the booth, and they had a gingerbread spiced one. That sounds like it would be the grossest one. It was so good.
That's a redhead thing.
It is a redhead. Oh, come on now. But if I had to choose, it would be the pumpkin one from the other week. That was the cake.
Yeah, I know I didn't have that one.
So for your worldwide audience, the Girls on Fire are crumble cookie extraordinaires, connoisseurs. If you are a sommelier for cookies, you'd be the best in the world. So, yeah.
We should taste test one time, Kristen. Like a video.
Megan.
Yeah.
Yes. Please.
Okay.
We can go on Monday and get the minis.
Maybe we'll order some in New England. You know, I can sniff out a crumble cookie like it's nobody's business.
A special New England treat for the guests. They're called
Whoopie pies?
whoopie pies.
Yum.
Yeah. It's like a
Moon pie almost.
Yeah,
a
it's
better
like
moon pie.
It's like caked, right? With like the
I would say it's a fresher moon pie. It's not a recession special at Robert's World, but it's close.
All right. Anything else?
I'm just honored that you asked me after 14 episodes to be your guest. I'm not quite sure why it took so long. I'm readily available. And
Well, what if it flopped? We needed to build an audience.
oh, we don't know if it's going to flop or not. Oh, you mean this one or the whole series?
The whole series.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd like to start doing these quarterly.
Amazing. Updates. John,
Wait, we should do it for Christmas, around Christmas.
Yeah.
we can do another Christmas one. We might not be together for that one, actually. Like when I come up for Nashville for our holiday party.
Why wouldn't we be together at the holiday party?
And we will all be together so we can do it.
Oh, it sounded like you
Yeah.
said we won't be together.
Sorry, no, we will all be together.
And hoping that the Christmas party this year will be as eventful and memorable as last year's. We like to have fun with our Christmas parties. Last year, we all wore some type of funny, mildly offensive Christmas sweater. And when on Broadway, Kennedy dressed up as Elf and almost ruptured her Achilles from dancing so much.
She had, I think the total count was 15 selfies. There were so many people coming up asking to take a picture with her, like she was like one of the Spider-Men on Times Square that everyone wants to take a picture with.
And as we were discussing what sweaters everyone was going to wear, Kristen Register came to me and said, oh, John, I got to get this one. And it was a picture of Santa winking, and it said, ask your mom if I'm real.
I thought it was perfect. I was like, you should wear this one. But we're gonna get Kennedy to dress up like Jesus, maybe.
Can't wait for that. All right, we gotta go to
What's our time limit? Did I go over?
I'm pretty sure we've done like 45 minutes, but that's A-okay.
Okay. Sorry, folks, we went over, but thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure.
And guys, we will be back in October, and we hope to see you all at MD Expo. All right, bye, guys.
You guys.